All right,
Iron
guys, here we are for the first episode of Netflix original series Iron Fist, and we're about to pound through this whole thing, stopping for
Yes.
brief intermissions to talk about it. And Jesus Christ, this is going to take all day. First episode, though, how'd you like it, Lee?
I liked it. It was fine.
I actually liked it a lot.
Okay.
This show has been like the first Netflix Netflix show where people have been like, "Oh, this show's not that good."
Really?
I don't know, but
oh,
yeah.
it came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I've heard
Okay.
I've heard a lot of feedback in the negative for Iron Fist, and based on this first episode, if it rides like even like this same kind of wave, but I know it's gonna rise up and then crash down,
Yeah.
I'm totally happy with it. I think this is like one of the stronger first episodes.
So yes, I think if this had come out and I'd never seen Daredevil or Luke Cage or Jessica Jones, I would have been like, "This is amazing" or something like that.
Yeah,
But two things.
sure.
One, I think I'm kind of okay. The easy one first. The like weird effect, like the when he's like remembering.
White lines.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate that. What's that? Don't do that. Like that like turns me off
That's
instantly.
the Himalayas.
That's the.
You've
that-
never been, obviously.
That's like ninja memory. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't like that. But that's fine. I can get over that. But it happens like a million times this episode, and I'm like, what is happening here?
I keep wanting it to be like a special power about
I
to happen.
know.
So like it's like the car, and like it would just like stop,
Yep.
but that doesn't happen.
No, I know. So that makes it super weird because I'm like, well, people aren't seeing those lines. Those are like lines that make you know what's going on in his head, but I don't know what lines feel like. So what am I supposed to do here?
I'll show you later.
Oh, it's a drug joke. Part 2, I think I'm kind of like over like martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, we see a lot of shit with martial arts in it, and a lot of movies where people shouldn't know martial arts, but they know it anyway, and a lot of movies where, like, they CG the fuck out of the martial arts, and, like,
Yeah.
Daredevil was, like, a grassroots return to, like, martial arts and doing kind of weird shit, but he was sort of like a bruiser about it, and he would get the
Yes.
shit beat out of himself, too, and it was this, like, holy shit, he's blind, how is he doing this? And just things hitting things, and and then, like, I'm gonna meditate, it's gonna heal me, I guess, and I'm like, okay, fine, because you can get back out there and smash into more shit, this is great. And this guy is very light and awesome. He's doing parkour and stuff, but he feels like invincible so far. Everything's very quiet.
He's not
and
fought anybody
Yes.
worth fighting, though.
Totes.
These are people that I'm
Totes.
like, no, like your average larger drunk college student could potentially beat these
Take
people.
care of these people.
Because what are
Yes.
they? They're people that are paid to guard this thing.
Yeah, he's disarming.
I know
like,
people that do this, and I can
security
beat the
guards.
shit out of them. Like,
Yes, yes. His moves though are very like. So this episode,
fluid. It's interesting.
I like it. It's kung fu tai chi type style, and that's cool and all that. But it doesn't give me that same visceral thing.
I felt
where,
like,
Jessica Jones is like punching and
yes.
smacking. I'm like, oh yeah.
When you first meet Iron Fist in his fighting ability,
Hmm.
is when he's in the building and he's fighting the guards, and I did like how it felt almost Luke Cagey, how he was like toying with them, and he's like, and that guy just like hits his head on the glass, like he like
Yes,
just threw him
yes.
into a seat, and he happened to hit his head, like.
No, it was an awesome thing there where he like closes the door and like tries to close it a certain way and then turns, but the guy's really close and he makes a face like uh-oh or something like that, and then he has to get him on his thing.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I like since we're in there now, that was cool because they got like whenever you watch something that you've seen the trailer for,
Sure.
you like notice scenes that were in the trailer.
Yes.
So like I wrote down like we're in the trailer zone or something like that because he's in that lobby. I'm Danny Rand.
Come on, Kenny Loggins, we're in the trailer zone.
Time for the trailer zone. So like that was a cool little thing, just because there's like a little more to it. And then once he's upstairs, Ward calls like security. He's like, "Why is no one?"
Yes, I love that.
Why is no one picking up? I was just like, "Oh, that's amazing." Because
He killed all of security.
They're all on the ground, like, "What the fuck, my collarbone!"
I love how
that's
he's like he blindsided all of us.
I know.
Like, yeah, he didn't attack you front on.
Like, there's no footage of this. I hope he's not gonna watch it. That's very embarrassing. It's like dirty.
I hate that Ward character so much.
So I wrote down Ward is a shitheel.
Oh, yes.
And then like as I'm writing it, I look up and they're cutting to a flashback to show you that he has always been a shitheel.
Yeah.
The entire. I was thinking like he's just like, oh, like Ward, don't you remember? And like the world's changed and you've changed and this is bad and I'm gonna help you. No, he's just always been this fucking
No.
shitheel. It was great.
And it made it even better when he's like, "Come on, Joy, we were friends." And I'm like, "You weren't friends. You were a dick. I don't even know if you love your sister." Like, and I thought that I missed something when Danny was like, "Now all of our parents are dead" or something, and then it's like,
now
I'm like, "Wait a
everything's
minute!"
dead.
And then the dad's like in like his secret lair, which is like the coolest office I ever saw in my life, with his like college student PA
Okay,
or
right,
something.
right.
I was
But-
like, "What is this?"
Are they siblings? No, right? Ward's-
No, Danny and his parents are separate, and then
Yes.
Ward, Joy, and
Okay,
her
okay,
parents
good,
were
good.
separate. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Danny says now now everyone's dead or something
Yeah.
like that. Like the whole like clan or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, and the dad is in some weird secret lair with the fucking.
And I feel like they're making it a lot harder than it should be to just prove who he is. Because, like,
Yeah.
if he's actually this person, which I know they don't want him to be, he could be like, exhume my grandparents, get DNA, I'm fucking me, bitch.
Yeah, so they drop in some like dialogues to like help the audience because
Yeah.
he's like, okay, fingerprints then, and he goes, I was 10, and I want to be like, okay, I guess this makes
Pretty
sense.
sure when I
that-
was 6, they brought in the thing and they, like, did everything.
Like, didn't the dare officer do something? Like, I have no idea. I'm like, this should be easier to prove somehow, right? As like dental rec, I don't know.
If you ever
But
try, you can prove it.
I know,
but they're not
and
actually trying.
But they're dropping in that dialogue, so so because everyone at home is like, do a DNA test, but he has to be like, there's no one alive anymore.
No, yeah, but
Yeah,
dental,
so
I'm
like,
sure he went to
yeah.
the dentist. He's rich.
I don't know. Plus, and like, part of me is glad that they spared us this, but part of me was like, he eventually does, but it's all these like insulting things. But why was he not hitting them with things like, don't you remember your 3rd birthday party? We did this or something like
Yes.
that. And he eventually hits Ward with a bunch of stuff that's like,
And Ward's
vicious.
face, he's like, that never happened. You're insane.
None of that is true. Just like
Yeah.
like no.
You put a frog in my sandwich.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not true.
And then, like, they keep talking, but in my head, I'm like, did you take a bite out of a frog? Oh, my God. Like, explain this. Did you notice it, though? Frogs are huge. What kind of sandwich was that? I'm going
Well,
nuts.
there are little frogs.
Yeah, well, still. But I'm picturing, like, a whole fucking frog from the whole fucking thing.
Maybe
you could
like what you would dissect in
Maybe,
school.
yeah,
like
maybe you could sprinkle a few tadpoles in there, but like a whole frog. I was like, really? No, wait, what's happening? Where'd you
Had
get
he
this frog?
got the chance to hit Joy with any of that info, I think he would have had her and she would have understood.
Yes.
But he chose Ward, which I don't know why you would choose Ward, because based on your own information about Ward, I'd be like, well, he's an asshole.
You know,
I
he's a
would just
shitheel.
limit my conversations with him, period, because why would I want conversations
He
with
seems
him?
like a bad person to talk to. Like,
Yeah.
Totally. So that's the whole thing. Is at the end though, it's because and this will probably be something where it's like, oh, you missed this or something like that. But like,
What's that?
so like, Joy's totally a bad guy though, because she was seeming like she was coming around and sympathetic. Was that all an act?
I'm going to
She changed her
wager
mind?
that this was Ward's idea, and he goes, no, he's dangerous. If he comes back, this is what we're going to do. Like,
Okay.
And you're going to find. I think Joy will come back around to be a good character.
Because I didn't detect any regret on her face as she slips Danny the
Well, because you got to think, what did Ward
want some
What did Ward
beverage.
tell her since we last saw him? He tried to kill me.
Right,
He
had
crashed my car into a wall.
He crashed
this
my
man's
car.
outrageous.
He pulled he pulled my own gun on me.
Yeah, or he just pulled a gun on me.
I know.
I imagine Joy's going to come back around. I think we're
Yeah.
going to find out that their father killed his parents.
Right, like rig the plane or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so it's.
But
It's always been my company. Oh, that guy's a
Exactly.
shitheel too. He's like passing on. He's like, and let me explain to you how to be a shitheel. What are the angles here? What's involved? And I was like, okay,
yeah, because Danny
He's
owns
your bad guy.
51% apparently.
yes, due to because his parents or some shit.
Yeah.
Or you can't. I don't know how that works. If someone's been dead for 15 years, I'm pretty sure they don't still own anything. I guess he's the
But if
heir
they're,
to something.
I think if you're
but
not actually dead though,
I guess
when
if
you
come
come back, you still retain your stuff.
Yeah, it
if-
has to
if
be
it's
like
still
in
there, I think.
like in the will, I guess.
Yeah.
Even then, I think there's some sort of expiration. I don't care though. The plot is set up and makes perfect sense. I have no problems with anything.
Yeah.
We meet what's her name, the ninja lady,
Yeah, I didn't catch her Karen or something with a K, I think.
something Wing. I
Yeah.
wrote down something Wing. Don't talk Mandarin. No, I wanted to teach kung fu. She's like, get the fuck out. And he goes downstairs and starts kung fu, and then she looks out the window just in time to see him kung fu. She's like, holy shit, he's the real deal.
Then she
I could-
grabs a real sword.
Yeah, I could make so much money. Let's go out there. Yeah, and yeah, she sees him doing his crazy shit. She
Yeah.
goes, wait a minute.
Where are you from? A place you can't go.
I'm glad you mentioned that. You can't get that. That's my fucking bumper at the bottom. So back in Daredevil season 2,
Uh-huh.
the old Chinese heroine lady says, "I'm leaving," and one of them goes, what are you doing? Going back to China? And she's like, "A bit further," or something like that. And now Danny Rand has said, you can't really get there from here. Like, where'd you train kung fu? So there's some sort of magical ninja place somewhere, China adjacent, but farther away than China in time and
China
space.
adjacent.
And that's where they're from or something. Because we saw her in the trailer. I'm already cheating because I know she's like connected in this somehow.
Mhm.
But that's how. Because they're in the fantasy Chinese place.
I'm interested to see where this goes, and unless you have anything else to talk about,
No.
let's jump into episode 2.
Yeah, and I like it. I just not I'm not because the other Marvel things made me go like, oh, what is this? How does this exist? And this I'm like, yes, this is this. This is how this exists.
Just real quick, when it first opened, there's like this beginning of a song that I have not heard forever, and I'm like, and I just also I
Yes,
started
the
going,
song.
so fresh and so clean, and then I was like,
Yes.
oh, it's that song.
No, it's amazing. And in my head, I was like, I had this thought, and I'm like, well, because he's been gone for 15 years somewhere where they don't have music, and that's probably when he had this thing. I'm like, that's dumb. That's dumb. Stop making a dumb screenplay
Nope,
things.
it's gonna be all awesome songs.
But
from,
it's like he literally has the old. It's like In the Snow playing So Fresh and
Yeah.
So Clean later. I'm like, no, it's like literally that. It's literally this hilarious thing
Yeah.
where he's like, it's like my comfort music from like.
those
15
batteries
years
last
ago.
like 4 years.
Wow. Didn't that happen in Book of Eli or some
That was
sort
the
of thing?
apocalypse. That's
Batteries
different.
last forever during the apocalypse. Walking Dead has showed us that.
That's just a fact. All right,
Episode
guys.
1.
So we will see you soon for episode 2. Namaste.